I sent over 350,000 cold emails, and I finally found the winning automated system that works every single time. Now I want you to pay attention to this video because many agency owners have been able to quickly scale to $10, $50, or even $100,000 per month from a single cold email campaign. Your next cold email campaign could be the one that finally scales the shit out of your agency. All of its potential could be wasted if you do it wrong. So what do these successful cold email campaigns use that most don't? Well, the best campaigns follow 7 simple steps. And in this video, I'm gonna break down each one of those 7 steps and give you a live example so you can just copy and paste what I'm doing. I've tested, optimized, and built a repeatable system that generates more leads, appointments, and clients than both my company and my clients' companies can handle, and now I'm giving it to you. So let's get started. All right, it'd be a waste of my time to show you the 7 steps if you don't fully believe that these 7 steps are actually legit. So first of all, let me just go through a few of our clients in like ridiculous niches with like ridiculous offers that you would never think work, but even in these weird, crazy situations are still making it work because of how good this system is. So first of all, we have a government offer. This person is selling government services, and look at the results that we were able to get for them. Or an education offer, right? Selling in-person education, right? A local business offer. This person is offering, targeting local business owners. A pest control offer. Look at the results we've been able to get from a pest control offer. A home services offer. A funeral offer. Look at the results here that we are going to get. This person is targeting funerals. Okay, this process works. It's repeatable. There's 7 simple steps. Now that you guys know this works, let's get into it here. All right, so first thing you need to do is some techie nerdy shit. Now I hate doing this, you hate doing this, but it has to be done. It's like before you go and pick up a hot chick at the bar, you got to make sure you're a man or it just ain't going to work for you. Okay, and what I've actually done for you, because I feel like a nice guy today, is I've dropped those down below. So there's a full SOP on how to set up the domains, and do all that kind of stuff. And we've made it so even a monkey could figure out, okay? Link below, you'll see a document with these SOPs in it. Just follow those. Now, without further ado, let's get into the real actual system, which the first thing that we want to do here is to identify a market. Here's a myth buster. The quickest, easiest way to $100,000 a month is not by creating the best offer. It's about capitalizing on the best opportunity. Now, as I was sharing with you earlier, we regularly see some of our newer, less talented clients grow faster than our clients who have been in business for 6 years because we understand this little concept here. Now, opportunity is 50% your niche and 50% your offer. And let me break this down for you as simply as possible. A good niche with a bad offer, you will make good money. Like if you have a genuinely untapped, undermarketed niche, and even if you have a shit offer, you'll still make some money with it. Now, another way, a bad niche, right? Like you're in a very saturated niche, real estate, home improvement, etc., but you have a really good offer, you're still gonna make okay money. Now, lastly, if you have a good niche, like a super undermarketed, underserved market, and you have a really good offer, that's how you create what I call fuck you money. That's where you create these campaigns that were like a single campaign. You scale to 10, 50, or even $100,000 per month. Sales becomes easier, setting becomes easier. Everything to do with your client acquisition becomes effortless because you understand this. Now, if you've watched a video on YouTube that shows you how to achieve anything in your niche, it's probably not a good opportunity. Right now, another way of looking at this is that if you know more than 5 people in your specific niche, it's not a good opportunity. Now, we're going to go through an entire breakdown of what this looks like, right? And how to actually identify what a good opportunity is. But I want to explain this to you first, okay? So let's just look at basic supply and demand that you should have learned in freaking elementary school, okay? We're going to break this down because although it's a very basic concept, this is where most people screw up. Most people, what they do is they watch a video on YouTube. They watch some guru on YouTube, and that guru is in the mortgage niche. For heck, last year I took a mortgage agency from 0 to 36K in 7 weeks. The amount of people that I had reach out to me saying that they just started a agency in the mortgage niche was unfathomable. I'm talking dozens per day were contacting me, asking me questions about their mortgage niche. And I'm like, the worst thing that you could do right now is enter the mortgage niche. Right? You're just copying what I'm doing. How are you supposed to beat me? Right? Your prospects are going to jump on a call with you and you're going to be like, oh, how are you different than Dylan? And you'd be like, Dylan, it has a better service than you. Dylan makes more money than you. Dylan spends more money on ads than you. How are you going to compete with that? You're not. That's why you have to understand this. Okay. So let's look at this right here. This is the basic supply and demand with any market. Now, if we go into these super saturated markets and whatnot, we have high supply over here, low demand, right? And as you can see, price comes way down. Very basic stuff. Now you might wonder, why is the only way that I make my emails work or my ads work is if I offer a free trial, or if I'd say pay after results? Like if you're in a market and the only thing that is working is when you say, hey, you can pay me after results, it's because of this, right? So what's the flip to it? Well, what if we just identify markets that have low supply, right? Low supply and high demand, right? Then we don't have to go and offer free results, right? We don't have to go and offer pay after results, anything like that. We can charge these ridiculously high prices right off the bat. And when you're charging 10, 25, 30K, whatever the case may be, like for an example, I just launched a brand new offer in a brand new industry using this exact method. Our starting price is $28,000. Okay, that is what we've taken to market, a $28,000, no pay after results, no free trial, straight to $28,000 because we mastered this concept right here. So let me get into it. I'm actually going to show you what this looks like. I'm actually going to do it live, okay? So the first 3 questions that you're going to ask yourself is, number 1, what skills do you have, right? What skills? They could be Facebook ads, Google ads, SEO, anything, content creation. What raw skills do you have? The second thing is, what outcome do these skills produce? And lastly is, what general industry do I want to work in? Okay, so let's say, for example, we're going to go in the real estate niche because I know that's a very saturated niche. I know there's a lot of competition in that niche, and there's a good chance that a lot of you guys watching this video are either in that niche or know somebody in that niche. Okay, so let's say I have Facebook ads as a general skill. The outcome that these skills produce are the ability to get leads and get more customers. And the general industry I want to work in is real estate. Okay, so I'm going to put Facebook ads, leads and clients. And then what general industry do I want to work in? We'll put real estate. So now we're going to head over to ChatGPT and we're going to use this simple prompt that's going to give us, it's just going to straight up tell us what the best market and what the best opportunity for us to pursue is. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this, and you guys can copy this too. Everything linked below. I'm looking for a specific type of real estate professional that fits the following criteria: struggles badly with lead generation and closing new clients, extremely high demand for lead generation services, very few agencies and other service providers targeting and offering them lead generation services. Over 200,000 of them exist in USA, Canada, UK, and Australia combined, and has a high purchasing power and can easily afford $10,000 to $50,000 service fees. Okay, so I'm just going to hit prompt, and then based on this, I'm just going to talk to ChatGPT for the next 5 to 10 minutes, and we're going to identify a market. I'm going to walk you guys through this with me, okay? I'm going to ask it to give me 10 options if it only gives me one right off the bat. Okay, so we got luxury real estate agents and brokers, commercial real estate brokers, real estate investment firms. Okay, so now we're going through with this, okay? We're just going to look through this, and then right off the bat, I'm just going to ask if any of them stick out to us right off the bat for me. Okay, land brokers and developers, mortgage brokers, obviously I know this one. There we go. Yeah, have fun with this niche. Okay, so let's say, I'm going to ask it this then. Okay, which of these options would it be easiest to get substantial results for using Facebook ads? Like, give me a graph comparing all 10 options on struggling with problem, high demand for my solution, low competition for me, high total addressable market for me, high purchasing power, easy to get results using Facebook ads. Okay, so just asking a few questions. We got I was able to make it have a whole graph and do all the research for me. Okay, so let's look through here. So we got short-term rental property managers. They struggle with this problem. There's a high demand for this solution. They have low competition. There's a large total addressable market. They do have okay on the purchasing power, and it's super easy for them to get results. Okay, so that is one that I would look at right off the bat. Mortgage brokers and private lenders, you can see here. But let's just say with this one right off the bat, like this one actually looks like a genuine opportunity here, right? Like I think it would be super easy for them to get clients. Like as you said, as I showed earlier, like, you know, short-term rental, many homeowners want to rent out their properties but don't know where to start. You can target property owners by location, income level, and interest, like simple lead magnet would print for these guys. Okay, so right there we were able to identify a niche, an opportunity, a market. Okay, there we go. Boom. Okay, now we have who we're going to target. How many people do you know targeting these people? Probably none. Maybe a lot after watching this video, but as of watching this video right now, you probably know none of them. Okay, and guess what? You don't have to create a ridiculous offer for this. And you don't have to have the best marketing and the best funnel and the best sales process, because it's a blue ocean new opportunity. The easiest way to make a lot of money online is just to not compete against anybody. Imagine if there's no competition, how easy it would be to make money. Right now, there's no competition for this. Okay, this is why it's so easy to make money with these systems. Okay, core offer creation. Okay, so now that we've identified the market that we can pursue, okay, let's go into core offer creation. So first thing that we have to understand is that cold traffic offers are not the same as warm traffic offers. Cold traffic offers work for warm traffic, but warm traffic offers do not work for cold traffic. Okay, so what does this mean? Well, if you are marketing to a referral, you can say, hey, I will do Facebook ads for you. And because the person that referred this client to you told the client, oh, this guy's a G, this guy's really good at what he does, you don't have to offer them. He's already been sold on it. Okay, so you can just say, hey, I'll run Facebook ads for you, and then they'll buy. But if they're not getting referred to you and they don't know who you are, they don't like you, they don't trust you, all they saw was a cold email from you. Okay, you have to give them a reason to want to work with you. You have to make them an offer. Okay, and that is the definition of creating a cold traffic offer. So we're going to do this. We're going to identify this. And again, we're going to use ChatGPT to come up with an offer. And it's going to be super easy. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to identify our market crack. And how do we do this? Well, I identify, I ask myself, what is the one thing that if I said on a sales call, people would close every time? Okay, and we want to forget about how we can deliver for now. Don't worry, that's not how we run businesses. Okay, fulfillment more important than anything else, but just for the context of this. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do this. I run a marketing agency offering lead generation for short-term rental property managers. What is the one thing that if I said in a sales call, they would close every time? Remember, ChatGPT is a tool. It's not the answer. So this is interesting, but we're going to do more research to verify the validity of this. Okay. And I'm going to walk you guys through how we do this, right? I know ChatGPT. I've built a lot of ChatGPT bots and whatnot, and it's been trained on the information that I've been giving it. So I can see that with offers like this, it's probably taking information that I've given it to in the past, and it could be a little bit biased because it knows that I create a lot of offers for people. So let's get into this though. And I'm also going to ask it another question. I run, what are their most painful problems? Okay, their most painful problem is struggling to get more property owners to list with them, dealing with low quality property owners, increasing competition, and struggling to stand out. Okay, so let's do this. Obviously, lead generation, this is our core offer, okay? So how much is one client worth to them for the following time frames? Okay, one is upon signing up after 3 months, total average lifetime value. Okay, so let's look at this here. So how much is one client worth them after the following time frames upon signing up after 3 months in total average lifetime value, right? So in this niche, they're going to be taking 10 to 30% management fee, which is industry standard. And then average, monthly revenue, you're looking at, anywhere between these numbers here, with the average retention being 12 to 36 months. Okay. So right off the bat, they're going to be making $500 to $2,400 in the first month, right? So realistically, that would be a good target to set as kind of like our target cost per acquisition, right? Because they're not going to be massively profitable in month one. Obviously, this would just have to be something that explained of like, hey, if it costs us $500 to get a $500 client, we acquire customers for free. And then on month two, there's no cost of acquisition, and that's all profit for us. Okay. Go to 3 month earnings. And then total average lifetime earnings. Okay. So 12-month lifetime value is going to be between 6 and 19 grand. Okay. Okay. So look at this. Okay. So now I'm going to ask it the following questions here. Okay. How many clients can they handle? Okay, so solo operator, this is also going to be important information to figure out how much they want. Realistically, probably a lot of them that would be interested in these services are going to be a solo, small team, and established. Probably not or I guess 5+ employees, that's fine. How many companies of each size are there in the US? Say we're going to offer 10 properties per month. We're going to offer 10 properties per month on this. Okay, so let's get into the core offer here. Okay, we're going to offer them 10 properties over 90 days. Now, the thing is with this is like really when we're creating this, how I would actually do it is I would create an offer for solo operators, an offer for small teams, and an offer for large teams based on, what specific stage they're at in the company and where they would like to grow. And the difference between offering 10 properties and offering 50 properties per year added would just be how much they spend on ads, right? Because the next thing that we're going to figure out is what is the average cost per acquisition for them using Facebook ads. Okay, so let's say we have an average CPA of $750, right? So that means we're going to guarantee them, 10 properties over 90 days, for example. And then all we have to do is we go 750 times 10, which is 7,500. Should have known that. 7,500 divided by 3 for 3 months. So they have to spend $2,500 a month on ads. Okay. Then it's like, I will get you 10 properties added to your portfolio in 90 days, or you don't pay, right? Then we can add more flair to it, like completely done for you, all that kind of stuff. But like just like the core offer, okay? Where really we figured out what people want, right? How we can deliver on it, spend $2,500 a month on ads, right? We could run a lead magnet funnel, all that kind of stuff. And then there we go, right? And the way we could change this is, let's say if they wanted, 20 properties, all they have to do is spend $5,000 a month on ads, right? And then with this, you can guarantee relatively whatever you want, right? You just have to reverse engineer the process to make sure that the ad spend is a proper stipulation, to have the proper ad spend stipulations. So if you're going to offer to get them 20 properties, they're going to have to spend 15 grand on ads over 3 days. And if they spend $15,000 on ads over 3 months, yeah, they'll probably get 20 properties, right? And the biggest thing you're selling here is the fact that they don't know how to do that. Okay. Or they're an emotional train wreck when they start running ads. So you got to be there to calm them down after they've spent $480 and they haven't closed a client yet. Okay. So there we go. Now guarantee it. Okay. We can guarantee it, right? This is what I would be willing to do. If you let me spend $7,500 on ads on a marketing funnel that I created for you, and you don't get 10 properties added to your portfolio, I will refund you. Nothing out of my pocket. You're fine, right? So that's how I would guarantee it. And then question to ask yourself, would I buy this? Okay. If I was struggling with this, and if I was a property manager and I was struggling to get new properties, right? Yeah, I would probably buy that. I probably would, right? I've never heard of it before. Very, very few people have ever offered me this, if anyone. So yeah, I probably would buy it. That checks the boxes. There we go. Now we have created a super good market and opportunity for us. We found an untapped, low supply, high demand niche, and we're figuring out a way to guarantee them exactly what they want. Okay. This is the biggest lever to pull inside of the marketing. Okay. Now, next thing here is sub-market grouping. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to go through is why we actually have to do this. I'm going to give you the girlfriend analogy that I like to give for this type of stuff. So let me go. Let's find what we're talking about here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we'll go through the old method and the new method and how it works and all that kind of stuff. But let's say you have your shit together enough to the point where you have a girlfriend. Good work, pal. But you wake up tomorrow morning and she dumps you. Okay. Now, if somebody was to cold email you about 2 hours after you just got dumped and was like, hey pal, I know you're feeling pretty down, but I can help you get back in that relationship, you'd probably respond to the email, even if there was no social proof, even if there was no guarantee, right? Because it's a highly relevant offer to a very specific niche, right? Like you have a very specific problem and you just received an offer to solve that very specific problem. Okay. However, if I emailed you that right now, unless you're like the 0.1% of people that are watching this video after recently just having been dumped, if even that, you probably wouldn't care about it. Okay. And that's why most of your time your cold email sucks, is because you're offering to solve problems that people don't have. Okay. So like this method fixes that. Okay. And this is why it works. This is why we get so many fucking results for our partners and our clients. And it's like, once you do this, it's so easy to scale. Okay. So you go to the current method, you run a generic offer, you scrape as many leads as possible, you send, and then you get poor results. Okay. Well, here's what we do differently. Okay. And these are the results that we get from it, right? All this shit right here, results, proof. Okay. Let's get into it. Our method, we create the offer. Okay. This is what we do for our clients. We're just going to give it to you for free here. We create the offer by following the process that I just walked you guys through. Okay. Then we scrape as many leads as possible. Okay. We have Josh. He's our outbound guy. He's good as it fucking gets. Okay. He goes and does that for people. Then what we do is we group leads together based on company metrics. So for example, let's say we're in the property manager's niche. We're going to scrape all the property managers we can find. Then based on the data that Apollo, LinkedIn, whatever the case may be that is giving us, we'll segment it to solo operators, property management companies between 1 and 10 employees, between 10 and 20 employees, 20 plus employees. Let's say those are the 4 buckets. Okay. Then we're going to go back into ChatGPT and do more market research to determine the most painful problem for each group. Okay. So for example, like we talked about earlier, I'll keep it very simple so you guys understand this. Okay. Let's say we do, the biggest problem with these solo operators, right? They just want an extra 5 properties added to their portfolio this year. Okay. Well, then what we would do in that case, now that's not providing much value enough to charge high ticket, but I'll just explain this so it makes sense. Okay. Then what you would do is you would figure out the stipulations, right? And the other pain point is that they probably don't want to spend a lot of money on ads, right? But you could get 5 properties added to their portfolio in a year for like $30 a day on ads. So what I would do is I would create a specific offer with the same service delivery systems that we have and say, hey, if you're a solo property manager, I'll add an extra 5 to 10 properties to your portfolio this year. and it'll cost you less than $30 a day for it to happen. Okay, less than lunch. Okay, less than the cost of lunch. For the price of lunch, I can get you an extra 5 to 10 property managers every single year. Or sorry, 5 to 10 properties into your portfolio every single year. Okay, then what I would do is I'd go to the mid-size. And these guys, maybe they want to add 5 per month. Hey, if you're a mid-sized property management firm, I'll get you an extra 5 properties every single month, completely done for you, without you having to do pain point 1, pain point 2, and pain point 3. And if it doesn't work, you don't pay me. Okay. Then I would go to the large firms, right? And I would tweak my offer slightly to solve the specific problems and pain points that the larger firms are having, right? So here's another example here. Let's say you're running a cold email, like your core service is done for you cold email, where you get leads, send emails, and you have a pre-call sequence so the leads show up and close, right? Somebody's struggling with, they can't get leads. I will deploy a team to get leads for you. Somebody's struggling with the leads don't show up. I will install a pre-call sequence that practically forces leads to show up. Okay, I can't close deals. I will do 80% of the selling for you through dynamic pre-call sequences. Those are the main value propositions and the main problems that you're solving. Okay, then the last thing that we do is we send emails. Do you see how that works? See how that's different? Okay, this is how we get results. Okay, next thing here, offer refinement. We went over that. Okay, we reposition your offer based on the problems that your target market is most likely to have in each one. We covered that in the Figma document there. Now, next thing here, writing copy. Okay, so this is the simple structure to write copy. Okay, great copy is going to be creative. But if you've gotten a good market, you created a good offer, you followed the steps in this video so far, like you can write shit copy and still get results because we've already covered the biggest lever. But don't sleep on this. It is still important. It's the difference between a good and a great campaign. Okay, now, so first thing we want to do is we want to start with a relevant opener. So we want to use a highly relevant opener based on the specific list. That's why we segmented those lists in the first place, to explain why you're reaching out in as few words as possible, right? Was doing research and found you on Jobber. Saw you reply to a thread on X from Hermosi, whatever the case may be. Specific to, hey, saw you're a one-man show running a property management firm. Hey, saw you lead a small property management firm. Like just something that's specific to the demographic that you're reaching out to, right? Then we want to lead with a pain question that we've done the market research to identify what it would be. A question about a pain that the specific buyer persona would likely be facing, right? So remember, we created the pain points for the solo owners. We created the pain points for the small firms, the mid-sized firm, the large firms, okay? So, hey, are you struggling with what you've done the research to figure out is the most common problem that solo property managers are struggling with, okay? And if you don't know what it is, you just go here, okay? What is the most common and painful problem that solo property managers stress about? Okay, boom. Like, let's just take this. Let's go down. We'll actually just script up the copy here. Okay. Hey, name. Saw you managed a few short-term rental properties in city. Okay. Our outbound guy, he's able to pull data using AI and stuff to figure out all these different data points on that so we can highly customize our email outreach. Okay. But even if you don't do that, it's not the end of the world. Okay, but this is what it would look like. Hey, name, saw you manage a few short-term rental properties in city. Okay, now we know that his biggest pain point is that he's completely overwhelmed and can't scale past 10 to 20 properties. So what we're going to do is we're going to lead with a pain question. Okay, feeling overwhelmed while trying to scale to 10 to 20 properties without burning out. Or it could be fighting burnout as you solo run company name, right? Like just different ways to lead with a pain point question there, okay? Then we're going to go into introduce or offer, okay? I are reaching out because I've developed a new method to support solo property managers like yourself add 10 to 20 properties to their portfolio in the next 90 days, completely done for them. Okay, then keep it soft. Mind if I share more info? Mind if I share more info? P.S. If this system doesn't work, you don't pay for it. Or P.S. You don't pay for the system unless it delivers results. Okay, boom, simple. All we do, relevant opener. Saw you manage a few short-term rental properties in city. Lead with pain question. Feeling overwhelmed trying to scale to 10 to 20 properties without burning out. Fighting burnout as you solo run company name. Introduce offer. Reaching out because I've developed a new method to support solo property managers like yourself add 10 to 20 properties to their portfolio in 90 days completely done for them. Mind if I share more info? Soft call to action. P.S. If the system doesn't work, you don't pay for it. Or P.S. You don't pay for the system unless it delivers results. Okay? Let's just go with this. Boom, boom. There is cold email copy. Okay. Last thing that we need to do. We've done this. Is we need to figure out how we can actually hit our targets. Okay, so first thing that we're going to do, we're going to use this OKR calculator that we have right here. Okay, and all we're going to do, how much cash you want to make? Say you want to close 100 grand in new targets. Let's say our average order value is 7,500. Okay. And our closing rate is, let's say 20%. We have a 65% show rate. Okay. So now we go over to cold email. In order to make this happen, we're going to need to book 103 calls. Let's say we have a 3% meeting book rate, right? Because we're actually good. We follow this process, which is important. Okay. That means we need to contact 3,419 new people. Right? Daily, we need to contact 142 new people. Let's say we have an email sequence length of 4, which means we have one opener, and then we have 3 follow-ups. Okay. We need to send 13,675 emails per month, 570 emails per day, which means if we follow the SOP documents that I linked in this video, you need to buy 26 emails and you need to buy 13 domains and set up 26 emails. Okay. Now, if you do these targets, okay, let's copy this, okay, or let's say these are the targets, okay. If you do these targets, we got this copied here, and we come over here. Then the next thing, all you're gonna do, I'm gonna paste that like that, okay. All you're gonna do is you're gonna create a scorecard, right? A Google sheet. You're gonna update it daily. You're just gonna put how many people did we contact today, how many people responded, okay, what was our reply rate. What was our meeting to book rate? Right? This is the number one metric, okay? And then we're just gonna look at all the metrics, and whatever metric is below KPI, we're gonna ruthlessly split test and optimize until it is above KPI. Because now, the grand finale is if you identify a good market, you create a good offer, okay? You subsequence your list to create specialized offers targeting specific problems that people are having at specific stages of growing their company in your niche. And then you write copy following this framework, and then you put in the volume to send the amount of cold emails that you want to send, right? The amount of cold emails that you need to send in order to hit your targets. And you optimize until all of your key performance indicators are on target. You will scale the shit out of your agency. That is it. That is all you need to know, Okay, this better be the last cold email video that you watch on how to scale cold email, because this is the information that you needed. Okay, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you got value out of it. If you have any questions about this, just leave a comment below. If you want our team to do this completely done for you, and we'll even guarantee you $100,000 in brand new clients with it, or we will actually pay for all of the expenses in your agency until that happens, you can click the link below and book a call. So other than that, wish you all the best with your agency, and I'll see you guys in the next video.